Welcome to the great Indian election. It's vibrant, colorful and unpredictable. With voting spread across 5 different phases, in April and May, political parties are busy campaigning, trying to convince voters. Elections in India are a huge logistical exercise. On the one hand, you have the expenses that go into organizing the election, and on the other, you have spending by political parties. Since this election will determine who governs India for the next 5 years, political parties spend large amounts of money campaigning, and that is good news for India's services sector. Far from the heat of the campaign, communication strategy is being decided by professionals. The Crayon ad agency has been hired by the ruling Congress party. A total of $140 million is expected to be spent by political parties on direct advertising through television, radio and the internet.
The voter in the slum as well as the voter, the richest man in India, has the same value. So when you are reaching out, all your communication has equal value for the rich man, the middle class, the common man. Unlike any other consumer product or FMCG or anything, where your target audiences are very well defined and the purchasing power determines where you should be hitting out.
And that means plenty of work for printer Vinod Chowdhury, who prints promotional material for all political parties.
The elections are going on now, so there's good work. Candidates need billboards, their offices need billboards, the parties also need flags and posters, so work is at its peak now.
How big a billboard can you make?
10 फुट की मशीन है, जोड़ देगा तो हम कितना भी बड़ा बना लेंगे.
I have a 10-foot machine. With that I can make any size. Lengthwise there's no problem. You can go up to 300 feet. The width can only be 10 feet, but we can make tiles of 10 feet each and join them. You've seen the billboards on the roads. In Meerut city there's one that measures 130 feet by 50 feet.
130 feet by 50 feet की है.
Out on the campaign trail in central India, we caught up with Commerce Minister Kamal Nath. Taking his message to the 2 million voters in his constituency is a tough schedule. With 2,000 villages in a rural constituency and long distances by road, a helicopter is the only viable option.
I prioritize on vehicles, I prioritize on publicity. These are the 2 main areas. Vehicles and publicity really takes up all the money you have, and programs, because you got to pay for programs which have been organized. So every program you got to have a setup, you got to have a dais, you got to have loudspeakers. All that costs money.
Demand for helicopters in India is so high that there are none left for hire. This one was booked 2 months ago and is fully booked till the end of the elections, costing $1,800 an hour to fly. It doesn't come cheap. But candidates are prepared to spend to reach the public.
If he was to do this by road, probably he at best can address not more than 3 rallies in a day, looking at the time and distance. Whereas by using a helicopter, he can probably land up doing almost 10 rallies in a day.
In theory, candidates' expenditure is capped at $50,000, but most will actually spend around $2 million each. With more than 5,000 candidates, that accounts for over $1 billion. The total boost to the Indian economy is believed to be double that. But some do sound a note of caution.
$2 billion is 1/10 of the stimulus packages that have been signed off over the past few months, whose impact we are yet to see. Yes, there will be a lag, but how long that lag is going to be, I don't see. So this 1/10 extra of $2 billion, how far will it impact the economy, and to make projections on that basis would be a little ambitious.
However, the country has seen its exports fall by a record 30% in March over last year. So any spike in spending will be welcomed by most Indians.